Okay, so as I told earlier, the topic which we are going to discuss today is design of keys as well as coupling. In today's lecture, we will be looking into the basics of keys and couplings. So, what is a key? What is a coupling? What are the various classification of key? What are the various classifications of coupling? Where to use the keys and where to use the couplings? So, that is what we are going to discuss today. And previously, we doesn't have any data related to couplings in our data book, but after updated data book, the formulas related to the particular design of couplings are also available. So let us look into one by one. As I told earlier, the reference will be from the same textbook what we are following. I'm sorry. Okay, key. So it is not a lock and key. It is a key where which is used to again lock the rotating shaft to any element. So let us consider a coupling. Let us consider pulley. Let us consider gear, a sprocket, or a flywheel. So key is a machine element which is used to connect the transmission shaft to the rotating machine elements. So basically, shaft is a transmission element where it is been connected to the machine elements such as couplings, pulleys, gears, sprocket, or flywheel. So in order to make sure that shaft is connected with this coupling, pulley, gear, and sprocket, we use a component called as a key. So if we want to say a basic example, for example, if any component was in a loose position, for example, loose arc அப்படினா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படினா we'll be having a small piece, inserting it, and we may tighten it. Let me take an example from plumbing work. Plumbing la enna பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படினா if any threaded joint is to be connected, they use a Teflon tape. Teflon tape என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க மேல சுத்திட்டு then they use the threaded connection. The reason என்ன இருக்கு அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா proper sealing. There should not be any leakage in the connection in plumbing kandi they use a Teflon tape. I cannot say the similar work, but here the objective of the key is to make sure that the transmission shaft and the machine elements are connected so that the transmission happens from the shaft to the machine element. I hope you understood. So ஒரு shaft சுத்திக்கிட்டு இருக்கு, அந்த shaft machine element ஓட connect பண்றேன். அப்படி கனெக்ட் பண்றப்ப இந்த fit basically plays a vital role here. What type of a fit? The shaft and the machine element should be what type of a fit? நான் shaft வந்து transition தான் பண்ணனும் இங்க. I have to do a transition to the machine element, then I have to use a key in order to make sure that shaft is tightly fitted with the machine element. Okay. So keys are provide a positive means of transmitting torque between the shaft and the hub of the mating element. Okay, so how it is done? எப்படி fix பண்றாங்க அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா a slot is machined in the shaft or in the hub. Imagine this is your shaft. நீங்க ஏற்கனவே this you have been studied in your design of machine drawing. You have studied in your third semester machine drawing அப்படின ஒரு subject படிச்சீங்க. In the machine drawing you have drawn this flange coupling with the help of a software. So where in this shaft you would be creating a keyway. So this keyway may be either in a shaft or it may be in a hub. Okay, so this is a place where the key is inserted and make sure that the shaft is exactly fitted to the machine element. So this is called as a keyway. A slot which is cutted into a shaft or a hub is called as a keyway, which will accommodate the key. நீங்க தான் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க அந்த கீயை வைப்பாங்க. So the keyway reduces the strength of the shaft as it results in stress concentration. So imagine whenever நான் எப்பயுமே வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு full solid object இருக்கு அப்படினா அங்க பிரச்சனை கிடையாது. So basically வந்து we know about air cooling system in our engine. We use fins. And the fins use பண்றப்ப என்ன ஆகும் அப்படினா ஐம் சாரி, பார்ஷியலி வெயிட் ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். பட் அங்கே ஒரு இஷ்யூ இருக்குது. என்ன இஷ்யூ இருக்குது அப்படின்னா, இஃப் ஐ ட்ரை டு ப்ளோ இட் அண்ட் ரெடியூஸ் த வெயிட், த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் வில் இன்க்ரீஸ். ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிறனால எனக்கு என்ன இஷ்யூ அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, whenever there is a sudden impact, சடனாக ஒரு இம்பேக்ட் இருக்கப்போ என்ன ஆயிருன்னா அந்த இடம் வந்து எனக்கு பிரேக் ஆயிரும். ஓகே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் அ பிக்கஸ்ட் இஷ்யூ whenever I am having any cut cross section in my element. இது ஷாஃப்டில் இந்த ஒரு பிரச்சனை கண்டிப்பாக வரும். ஓகே, so to avoid this latest types of keys come without having any keyways, either in a shaft or either in an element. இந்த ரெண்டுலையுமே இல்லாதபடி இது கண்டிப்பாக வரும். So types of keys, there are 5 types of keys which is been used worldwide. One is sunk key, saddle key, tangent key, round key and splines. So this may be available in this may be asked in a 2-mark question in your university examination. So what is a key and what are the different types of key? So differentiate what is the difference between few keys. Okay, let us see one by one. So what is the sunk key, saddle key, tangent key, round key and a spline key. So first is the sunk key. So the sunk keys are provided halfway in the keyway. So the sunk keys are provided half in the keyway of the shaft and half in the keyways. So imagine this is your shaft where you have a keyway, where the half of the key will be in a keyway and the remaining will be in your hub. This is a hollow hub. This is a hollow hub where it also consists of a keyway. So and this, the sectioned part. So you can see I am sectioning a part here. This shaded region is a key where this is the shaft, a rotating shaft, and this is a hub. Okay, so once I connect the rotating shaft with the key to a hub, what happens? The rotation or the power which is transmitted in the power is again transmitted to the element. Okay, so this is one difference in sunk key. So the sunk keys are provided half in the keyway of the shaft and half in the keyway of the hub or the boss of the pulley. Not only pulley, it may be any element. It may be in any element where the half of the key will be in the shaft and the remaining half will be in the machine element. So following are the various types of keys. It varies in its cross section. So the purpose of all the classification is similar to that of what a sunk key does, but only difference is its cross section. A rectangular sunk key, a square sunk key, a parallel sunk key, a jib headed. A jib headed is nothing but you can see like ordinary. Imagine this is an ordinary rectangle sunk key. If I add an extra provision like this, that type of a key is called as a jib head key. The major purpose of this type of a key is to easily insert the key and to easily remove the key. That is the purpose of this key, jib head key. And then feather key and woodruff key. Woodruff key would be will be like this. So somewhat in cross section would be like this. But the purpose of all these keys are same, only except the particular cross section is different. Okay. Okay, next I have been given you a small video graph here which explains about all the different types of key. Okay. So this is a square key where the cross section would be in a square type. This is a rectangular key. The difference between the previous and this key is the cross section alone. So as I told you earlier, you can see this is a gibbon head. So you can see the extra provision which is available here. This extra provision which is given along with the key in order to insert the key properly and remove the key properly. Because we should not damage the key whenever it has been fixed. So feather key, what is the difference in feather key is it comes along with the provision where I can provide a screw in it. So basically you may know about the different types of joints which are permanent joints and temporary joints. This can be used for either a permanent or a temporary joint. That is one of the advantage in this case of a feather key. So this is a feather key. So Woodruff key. So as I told you earlier, you can see the cross section. You can see the cross section of the Woodruff key, which is similar to that of a semicircle, a 3D semicircle. So the half of the portion would be in the shaft, and the remaining half of the portion would be in the any of the machine elements. Okay, this is the cross section of a Woodruff key. Okay. So this is saddle key, which will be looking into in our next session. You kindly look into it. What is the purpose of a saddle? You can see the cross section would be somewhat different. So hollow saddle key, you can see, yeah, can you see a curve here? So don't look for a hole in a hollow saddle key. It is nothing but a curve will be available in one side of a particular key, which will be used to fit the shaft in it. Okay, so we'll be looking into what is the purpose of the saddle key in our next slide. So round key, obviously you know that it is like a pin. So whenever you are going to go for a pin, the particular part would be a round cross section, and you can fix it off. Last but not the least, tapper key. I hope you have did one experiment, which is a screw jack. Where you will be using a tapper pin into lock a particular thing. In your previous third semester, you have did one lab experiment. So this video shown you the various types of keys available. So now let us look into the next type of a key. First we have seen about a sunk key. Now let us see about a saddle key. What is a saddle key? A saddle key is a key which fits the keyway on the hub only. So this is the main difference. So the difference between the sub key and the sunk key and the saddle key is, in sunk key we will be having the keyway provisions in both the shaft and the machine element. But in case of the saddle key, we have the keyway only in the hub. Okay, we doesn't have any keyway in the shaft. So what is the difference and what is the advantage? Can anyone say, sir? Provisions in both the machine element and shaft, and provisions only in the element alone. Can anyone say what is the difference? What is the advantage? Okay, if you have done the exercise in your particular laboratory, and the machine drawing laboratory la neenga correct ah panningena, you would be felt very difficult whenever you are assembling the key. Enna difficulty irundirukum appdin pathinga appadina, it is very difficult to assemble the shaft with the machine element when I am having keyway in both the element. Okay, so you come for a practical. Similarly, practically also what happens, it is very difficult for me to assemble the machine element which consists the keyway in both shaft and the element. So the saddle key came into the concept. In saddle key, I have only in saddle key I have only the keyway only in the hub alone. So that is the reason, only for our purpose we have been came with a new idea. Okay, so there are two types of saddle keys. One is a flat saddle, another thing is a hollow saddle, which we have looked already, yes. No. அதில் தான் என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா ஃபிட் டைப் ஆஃப் அ ஃபிட் வாட் வி ஆர் ஹேவிங். ஓகே, ஏன்னா என்னன்னா the provision will be somewhat away from the hub. So let me show you other video I am having in it where these elements will be fitted with the help of a key and how it is been fixed அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம பார்ப்போம் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடில் பார்ப்போம். சரிங்களா? Okay, flat saddle. What is flat saddle? பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா fits in the keyway in the hub and it's flat on the shaft. So that is the difference. So that is a very important difference. And if you want to add one more point with this flat saddle, this saddle key is always used for very low power transmission. So both sunk keys and saddle keys are preferred wherever the power is to be transmitted in a very low manner. So there are other keys where we may be using it for a higher torque transmission. We'll be seeing it later in our class. So the second type of saddle key is a hollow saddle, so which fits in the keyway in the hub and the bottom of the key is shaped to fit curved shaped surface. So that is what I told here. You may look over here. So just a moment, I'll show you just. Okay, no problem. Let me show you. So what is the difference between this flat saddle and a hollow saddle is so it is same in the way of upside. In upside both will be having a keyway, in flat saddle as well as a hollow saddle. But in case of a flat saddle, in shaft you have a flat side for a key. But in case of a hollow saddle key, the key side will be having a curved surface for which you can fix your shaft very fit. Okay, for the shape of the shaft you will be having a curved shape with which you can fit your a particular key. So this is used in a temporary fastening and fixing the setting eccentric cam. So I hope you will have the answer over here. Basically these saddle keys are used in a temporary fastening in fixing and setting eccentricity and cams. You know, obviously this eccentricity and cams should rotate in a very slower speed, and whenever and wherever it is to be replaced, I have to replace by removing the key. So in such cases I can use this type of a saddle key. So நம்ம ரெண்டு பார்த்துருக்கோம், ஒன்று sunk key, இன்னொன்று saddle key. So sunk key which consists of keyways in both a shaft as well as the machine element. Saddle key, the saddle key consists keyway only in the hub alone. Okay, so and we have to look into the classifications. So next, now you can see how these shafts are different in its dimensions and how it is fixed to a hub. Hubனா இங்க என்ன அப்படின்னா, you consider any element. அது ஒரு புள்ளியா இருக்கலாம், ஒரு கப்ளிங்கா இருக்கலாம், இல்ல ஒரு ஸ்ப்ராக்கெட்டா இருக்கலாம். சைக்கிள்ல ஸ்ப்ராக்கெட் இருக்கு தெரியுமா? சைக்கிள்ல இருக்க ஸ்ப்ராக்கெட் எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, you have a புள்ளி, அந்த புள்ளியோட எண்டில் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, ஷாஃப்ட் இருக்கும், அந்த ஷாஃப்டோட எண்டில் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, அந்த ஸ்ப்ராக்கெட்டை மாட்டி டைட் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. உங்கள் சைக்கிளோடைய பின்வீலை போய் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா யூ கேன் ஐடென்டிஃபை. அதர்வைஸ் யூ கோ அண்ட் லுக் இன் டு யுவர் பைக், ஸ்ப்ராக்கெட்டில் போய் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா அகெயின் இட் இஸ் பீன் கப்பிள்டு வித் த ஷாஃப்ட். பட் அங்கெல்லாம் கீ பண்ணியிருக்க மாட்டாங்க, தே வில் பி யூசிங் எ போல்ட் அண்ட் நட் பிகாஸ் இட் ஷுட் பி a permanent joint. So keys are used also as a permanent joint, but whenever it has to be removed, it has to be demolished. So ஒரு கீயை யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் அசம்பிளி பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னா it will be a permanent joint, but whenever I remove the key, definitely it will be get damaged. I have to replace with the new key in it. Okay, so now let us look into this particular video. Okay, let me come back. I don't know what is the issue here. So the difference between the sunk key and the saddle key, you can see here again. It is very clearly shown
on the shaft.
So there is no keyway in the shaft. You can see here. It is having only the keyway.
Power
only
transmission
in
in the saddle key takes place due to the frictional forces. Flat saddle keys have a flat surface at the bottom,
Now you can see
and
the
it
difference.
sits on the flat surface machined on the shaft. It is likely to slip round the shaft under load, so it is used for comparatively lighter loads.
Now you can see the difference between the flat saddle and a hollow saddle. You can see the curved shape at the bottom.
Hollow saddle keys have a concave surface at the bottom to match the circular surface of the shaft. Tangent keys are fitted in pair.
So this we are going to look into now. So until now we have seen only sunk keys, and then we have seen about a saddle keys. So now we are going to see about the tangent keys. So the tangent keys are fitted in a pair at a right angle. So tangent keys always have a pair of keys which will be fitted into a right angles. The reason why it has been fitted in the right angle means whenever if you want to transmit a heavy duty torque, this side of a tangent keys are used. So it can use either a saddle keys over here, so that the transmission of the torque would be very high whenever we are using a tangent key. Okay, so then coming to the round keys. So the round keys has a circular cross section. Obviously you know that whenever it is told round key, you will be having a cross section as a round and fit into the holes drilled partially in the shaft. Okay, so partially some holes is being drilled in the shaft and partially in the hub, so within which this round key will be inserted. So the slat drilled after the assembly so that the shaft can be properly aligned. So whenever if you want to use a round key, the shaft and the hub would be assembled, then it would be drilled, then the round key will be inserted. So these are used for very low transmission only, except tangent keys. Many of the keys are used to transmit only very low torques transmission systems. So last but not the least is the splines. So a number of keys made up of an integral part of the shaft are called. So in the splines அப்படினு வரும்போது we can say it is nothing but a number of integral part of a shaft. So the slots are cut in the shaft. You can see here you are having one sectioned place here. You can see, you can take this as a hub. So the white color, this portion, entire portion is called as a spline. You can see the slots. So eventually these keys are cut in my hub also. Okay, so that is how it has been designed. So these are used for high torque transmission. So in case of various types of keyways, only the tangent keys and the splines are used for very high transmission. So now let us look into it and we can understood what is exactly happening.
At right angles for mating bodies of rectangular cross section as shown. Each key has one inclined side face as at right. Tangent keys are fitted in pair at right angles for mating bodies of rectangular cross section as shown. Each key has one inclined side face whose inclination proportion, that is taper, ranges between 1:60 and 1:100. With its inclined surface turned towards each other, the keys are driven into inclined key slots and hub keyways. Each key withstands torque in one direction only. Round keys are circular in section and fit into holes drilled partly in the shaft and partly in the hub.
So this is a spline.
Splines
You can see here a shaft which consists like a gear-like structure. So it is not actually gear. It is a keyway which has been cutted for a long length. You can see the hub. Hub also has a internal hollow structure where this spline can be fitted.
are inbuilt keys which are formed by shaping the outer circumference of the shaft and the inner circumference of the hub. With tooth-like structures, they are used when there is a relative axial motion between the shaft and the hub.
So this actually we have not seen this Kennedy key.
Kennedy keys
So this they have been used as an extra information. You can look into it and you can learn about it.
consists of two square keys which are mounted in the shaft as shown. In this case, the hub is bored off the center, and the two keys force the hub and the shaft to a concentric position.
So I hope now you understood how the different types of keys are used.
Because doodle videos are fun and
sorry.
engaging, they can get you more clicks.
So how different types of keys are used in various cases and how it has been assembled. So that is very, very important. So I can post these things in our LMS also. You can look into it. So with which let me complete the what is a key and what are the different types of keys available. So let me look into further into different types of couplings. So before I go into coupling, coupling is also one of an element. So where it is used to connect two rotating shafts, that is what is been told here. So couplings are used to connect two rotating shaft to transmit torque from one to the another. So one of the best example is if at all you are having a old type of compressor in our home, the motor in the compressor and the pump in the compressor is being connected by means of a coupling. That type of a coupling is called as a flange coupling. Okay, so that is what I give an example. A flange coupling is used to connect the output shaft of an electrical motor into the input shaft of the hydraulic pump. If at all you are having in your home, you can go and look into it. I can show how a flange coupling would be looking. So next is other example is a universal coupling. Definitely idu nama kandipa paathirupom. Whenever we are looking at a lorry, at the bottom we can see a propeller shaft which is transmitting the torque or a power from an engine to the differential wheel, where one end of the shaft will be straight and other end of the shaft will be in an inclined manner. This inclined shaft will be connected with the help of a universal coupling. Okay, this will be connected by means of a universal coupling. Now let us look into the different types of coupling available, before which I don't know this will play or not. Let me verify. Okay, let me show you that is nothing but an assembly of an it is an assembly of an flange coupling, how a shaft with the key and the coupling is assembled. So I hope you have done an exercise in your design of machine drawing with the help of NXCAD. So with the NXCAD itself we can do this animation here. So this animation is done with some of your designing software only. Okay, so let me give the link of the video so that you can look into it. So finally I am coming to the discussion of types of coupling. The coupling can be further classified into rigid and flexible coupling. You may know about that, what is the difference between rigid and flexible. Rigid is one thing which is fixed and it cannot be easily converted to other, but flexible is I can easily change a particular thing. Okay, so further the rigid coupling can be converted classified into sleeve or muff coupling, clamp or compression coupling, and finally flange coupling. The flexible coupling can be further classified into bush to pin type coupling, universal coupling, and Oldman coupling. Okay, so I hope now we understood what is a key and what is a coupling, and we also known about what are the classification of the keys, what are the classification of couplings, and we learnt when and where a key should be used. So that is what we have learned in this particular lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.